Welcome back for our final series of the evening now, Crumbs. And I did already tease it before. I'm sorry for baiting you in game number 2. But it is going to be Golden Guardians Academy up against FlyQuest Academy this time, I promise.
All right. I am taking the bait. Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest Academy. Golden Guardians did look really good. They actually had a 2-0 victory yesterday where they were able to not only hold on to a game, but play to strengths that included the Ziggs in the bottom lane for Prismal. So more mages in the bottom lane, comboing with the Nautilus. It's a really nice look for Golden Guardians at the moment. And they actually were able to hold on and prevent a backdoor victory that was their demise just last week. So there is slow but steady improvement out of this team.
Yeah, and it's a 2-0 for FlyQuest as well. On the other side, actually taking out Dignitas Academy, who also 2-0 today. So getting tough to figure out exactly where the strength of the Academy teams is, but certainly off the results of yesterday, both these teams feeling good. So we're looking for the sweep here, or at least a draw. Definitely don't want to get 0-2'd in this situation. We have only sweeps today, Crumbs. I wonder if today will be the difference maker as far as results go in the best.
I like sweeps. I know some people like the 1v1s. Yeah, not only, one team obviously tends to take the L twice, but one team gets to really show off their improvement. It gets to really become the cream of the cream in the LCS. And so with TSM rising to the top earlier, with Dignitas, I think it really gives a lot of these teams the confidence to go into the next week with a better game plan, with more trust in each other. And so instead of one, just spread 2 O's across the board, and every team should get better that way because you learn more from your losses anyways.
We'll have a look at the rosters, of course, taking to battle. No changes for these two teams. They're running the rosters they have run all split. How does this keep happening to me? How does this keep happening to me?
Yes, I've been waiting for this matchup for so long.
I've been baited again. I think it's me. I'm baiting me.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. We got a banger. We have an absolute banger because TL looked incredible yesterday. I loved what I saw out of their drafts. They had just the Swain Nautilus bottom lane, the Sejuani with melees in the top side. Then they were able to play the Karma and the Xin. They've been doing so well with the drafts that have been given to them, fitting Dokkan to the lineup. It only took a week, but now he looks like he belongs there. And then EG, still a very explosive team, but not quite as refined as we have seen Team Liquid be at their best.
Yeah, Liquid definitely, one of the standouts of Academy in general. As I can't believe I didn't like Crumbs. I baited you again. I wish I could say I planned the whole segment that way, but that is not what happened. Apparently, I just can't read schedules. That's fine. Personal problem. I'll work on it. TL, with the infrastructure they've created, right? Trying to keep pretty, at least a lot of conversation between the two teams, right? Even if the teams necessarily don't practice against each other or talk to each other a lot. I have no idea what they do, but I do know at least that one of the things that was important to Liquid when bringing up a lot of different new coaching stuff and kind of restructuring their league team was making sure that the teams were able to talk to each other and learn from each other, right? And TLA have been very successful. In fact, took a huge upset loss when they got knocked out of Proving Grounds as early as they did at the end of that tournament in the first half of this year. So definitely improving on that, looking to build up, and I feel like they're finally hitting their stride now after incorporating Dokkan, which is very impressive as mentioned. So curious to see how it all shakes out. Definitely a lot of players here that people can look forward to. Lots of talent here on the TLA roster. Very well led, very well drilled, which I think is one of the hallmarks of any Team Liquid squad. It just seems like it doesn't really matter who they get. One of the reasons they're so good at integrating new players is that whatever systems they have in place to kind of how to approach a game and how to play a game, clearly they teach very quickly to any player that joins it.
That is what we heard from Yeon yesterday in an interview. He was saying, okay, it was just a coach gap. Just coach gap the whole way through. Draft gap, coach gap. He gave a lot of praise to Hacks Defender and Spawn for the way that they're playing the game. And just to add a little bit of flair, Yeon does not have dreams of the LCS. He's got dreams of the LCK.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I'm
the unconventional route.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
That's like the reverse Core JJ. NA to LCK, but then you don't come back.
All right.
You just stay in the LCK. All right, we'll see what happens here as the draft is on your screen. EG on the blue side for game number 1. TL on the red side. Nocturne going to get banned away. Sec going to get banned away. And I didn't talk too much about EG, but a very exciting team. Their top side is like Contracts, who's been kind of a grinder in the academy scene in the last few years, but definitely someone that still has the talent you may remember him for during his time in the LCS. He's flanked by 2 Scouting Grounds solo laners, Tony Top and Jujupune, who are developing as well. So definitely fun stuff there. EG, bit of a fun time here as they are going to get Gwen first pick, which is an extra fun time. Karma, Viego, Akali, Lulu, and Set, the reason for this pick being let through.
Okay, TL with a game plan though, and so is EG. This draft is just flying off the handles there with the Renekton Nidalee insta-lock, so you know you want to play to that lane, whether it's top or mid. Probably it will be the Renekton mid with the Nidalee, but whoever TL chooses to draft against it, we'll have to obviously keep in mind that the combination of these two is just the most important thing already for the EG lineup, and I'm just so interested to see what TL does with their composition. Already you have plenty of poke. They've yet to select the main forms of crowd control to pair with this composition. Nautilus, I think, is the obvious one with these 3 already selected. And going into this next set of picks and bans, I think EG would do wisely to ban that champion. That pick has just been so good at winning games time and time again that to give it up without a solid game plan against it just feels like you're asking for trouble.
All right, well, already done with phase 1, as you mentioned. Very fast between the 2 teams. So Tristana going to be banned by TLA. EG Academy looks at Lucian, champion we haven't seen too much of today, but is kind of always floating around as a potential pick. For whatever reason, good or bad, teams love to play Lucian. It's very powerful in lane. I get it. I can get really far ahead with it, and it feels pretty good, but definitely not something that every team has had their attention on necessarily.
He's hard to play, really hard to play, especially if you don't have someone that is just naturally amazing at the champion. If you're just okay at Lucian, the champion doesn't have enough strength right now to actually warrant him being taken. You need to have somebody that is proficient with it at the highest level, and then it's still a risk because of how easy he is to gank. If you fall behind on him early, then he just offers no comeback mechanics. Whereas a pick like Tristana in the solo lane as an AD carry, so much easier to execute, way less harder to mess up, and safer, so she'll guarantee herself scaling.
All right, well, Lee Sin and Kai'Sa, the final 2 bans of this draft. So no potential lead there for TLA. Could have gone in either of the empty solo lane slots that are currently available. And, of course, AD is getting picked on the other side. I know you're a big fan of this one, Crumbs. We'll wait to see if TLA do pick it. It's going to be Victor instead, perhaps, for Harry.
Oh. I mean, that was not a very inspired and that's because Victor mid is just an answer to the range of Renekton, right? All he's trying to do is just stay far back so that Renekton's double dash just can't connect, and so that the Nidalee can't combo onto him. And that way, there's no advantage for Renekton and Nidalee in the early game, and they'll have to go into a mid to late game team fight against the Victor, against a lot of damage out of the TL Academy lineup. So this is just an answer to try to stifle EG's early game, and will bank on their scaling. But if EG feel like, great, the mid avenue of Renekton Nidalee going to be harder to pull off, what can we do elsewhere? Because it's not going to be the Gwen. Let's go with the bottom lane. And so the lock-in of the Samira will be just that. They're trying to be super aggressive in this lane, and they'll get a Nautilus to pair with her.
I like it. I like anytime you play aggressively into Ezreal. I've seen a lot of Callistus from teams, which I like as a look into that champion, just trying to like leverage his general lane weaknesses with your early 2v2 power. So Samira Nautilus definitely fits that bill. I imagine that's going to be Ignite permanently affixed to the Nautilus summoner spell slot there, and it looks like Leona is going to be given over as a result. Not a bad trade, but typically teams prefer Nautilus over Leona, which is kind of interesting to me because they feel pretty similar in power level, and I feel like Leona's maybe a little bit better in lane in the 2v2, but I think ultimately it doesn't matter. They're both beefy, they both provide a lot of CC, just good supports all around, and there's a reason they picked every game, Crumps.
I think the way that Mickey X from G2 quotes this matchup is Leona versus Nautilus is Leona wins game lane, Nautilus wins game.
Fair. Let's see fair there. Given the preferences for Nautilus, you have to think that people are generally aligned on that one. Things are going to tick down. Tony Top does currently have Ghost. I don't know if he's going to have Ghost permanently, but that is what he has selected so far.
It's not bad. I've seen Gwen run this before with your little dash. You actually can use that as a pseudo flash and actually dodging out of skill shots or escaping some critical abilities. And then with the Ghost, you actually get to really run down champions because against somebody like the Jace, you're never really going to kill him if you have flash. His ability to disengage and get out of harm's way is so great. But with Ghost, he can actually hunt you away and then you can still chase him. So there should be higher kill pressure from Tony Top running Ghost when the outer turrets come down, when it's time to 1v1 in the side lane. And so I think that is the value that he's seeing in this summoner spell.
The other thing, of course, is contracts on Nidalee this game. In fact, the jungle matchup will be important to watch just in general, but Nidalee is probably the least... I don't want to say least popular because I feel like I see her more often than not. In my head, she's just, of your AP jungle options, she is below Fiddle, Diana, and Rumble as far as like champions you'd want to have in that spot. I think mostly because she's very hard to play, and even if you can play her, she's kind of hard to fit into a team comp and be effective unless you're very practiced both with the champion as a team, but also individually. Contracts is a very skilled Nidalee. He does have two lanes that he can pretty obviously visit, both the Nautilus lane and Jojo Poon's lane there, mid lane there for the Renekton. But we'll see how it works out here, because Contracts is definitely opting for a pick that is more comfortable for him, rather than necessarily the top AP jungle pick right now. Even though I think Nidalee's perfectly fine.
I think you hit it right on the head. Right on the head of the nail there. The Nidalee, hard to play. Very hard to play. And not even as rewarding as the other champions would play it at the highest level. She just offers a different niche, which is more focused on the early ganking. The Rumble, the Diana, the Fiddlesticks, they're not as good early game when it comes to these ganks. And so if you're trying to play an AP jungler that can simultaneously carry and gank early game, Nidalee is your girl. But it really demands that your Nidalee player is not only very good, but that your team plays champions like Renekton around it, or else you just won't even have those opportunities, because without a setup, everybody on low ping should be able to dodge Nidalee spears.
Kind of fun here in the top lane, level 1. We do have Ghost versus Phase Rush, as both champions are trying to poke at each other in level 1. Dokla in range form. Tony Top, of course, in Gwen form, which is hit E and the range is doubled and you snip them.
There's some picks that go into Gwen form. Viego absolutely enters Gwen form.
Hook there for naught. Does hit Ayla, but Ayla pretty safe at this point. 2 ignites here in the bottom side. Cleanse versus Exhaust for the AD carries. A little choice there from Team Luke. You need to get in and stay in as Samira. Oh, here we go. Exhaust down, Cleanse off, Ignite down. See you later, Yeon. That's going to be a kill over to Samira. Team Luke nabs it. Oh, going to make it 2. Ayla does have the flash. Should be okay, but the damage is done. They're going to go for it as well, but don't quite get there. The 2 tower shots, so not enough to kill the Nautilus as EG finds success in the 2v2.
So close, and it's a surprise because Team Liquid just was so far away from the level 2. They got really just jumped on by TL. It wasn't that close for Team Liquid to hit the level 2. You see that Yeon and Ayla are just trying. There finally hits the Targon's proc onto the turret, but it's EG who just barely miss out on 2 kills. Mystique's holding on to that dredge line, thinking that he had it at the very end, but it's too little too late.
Yeah, now mid lane, Omeo going to visit old Jojo Poon, who does flash away. First harpoon lands, but second one does not. And our Contract's going to be roaming through mid here. Harry in a bit of trouble. Few lands, okay. Contracts goes in. Great flash out of the Victor.
Oh, he's joined in.
Once more, good dodge there from Armeo. So good with the movement in general, but the trap is down. Contracts again knows every little thing here to try and maximize the potential to chase, but Armeo dodges all of it.
And
Dokla, crab battle.
The team is here. The supports are here, so EG wants to take this fight.
Yeah, but Contract's going in now. Finds that spear into Armeo. Going to be a kill. And now Ayla just going to die here. Level 2 Leona with no flash. Can't do anything. And Contracts just finds a double kill.
TL just did poorly in sticking around to that fight. They were already denying the top lane crab. You see that Dokla has already secured it in the top side. EG not only had the Nautilus there ready to go, but Leona has no summoner. She's there caught by herself. She's not going to be able to outdo the Nidalee in this 2v2. The Rumble goes down, and now Contracts is just so fed, knowing exactly that he wanted to take these fights early, and is running the runes for it. He's going Electrocute, so he just wants to scrap early, commits to the fight. TL, too greedy for the crab, and they get punished for it.
All right, well, Sork Shoe's already done the Contracts alongside the Dark Seal and some additional consumables, including a control ward. Also has Smite available, took away the enemy blue buff, so is going to be ahead in general on camps for a little bit here. So Contract's definitely primed to take over this early game, which you could argue he's already done. And as a result, EG are up 1,500 gold just to kick things off. Not even 5 minutes through, Crumbs.
This team has been getting so many Nidalee bans, and oh, he's going in.
We're at it again. Lands the spear, instantly flashes forward. Harry's in trouble. And where's going to be the savior? No one is the answer. Contracts on a killing spree now. Finds his third kill.
Oh, he's dead too.
Minutes. Oh, Mayo. Jojo Pyun puts a thumbs up. Contracts. Oh, we can't find the angle through the Wolf's camp. Mayo saved by his own jungle monsters. But bottom side, it's problems here. Team Luke getting in there. Ayla getting low once again, but there's a spin around. The exhaust is good. This time they will get the kill. Dion this time is able to find it, and Ayla will live.
Nidalee is here, though, from the back, trying to spear members down. Will she actually catch an angle? Is Rumble's still in the jungle hunting?
Yeah, Mayo knows it's here. Blast Cone is going to get cancelled. Contract hops over the wall. Very easy for Nidalee to get out of that. Does take a caster creep there, but that's fine. Wants to push the wave in anyway, if you can. So, one back there for TL in the bottom side there. Going to stem the bleeding just a little.
They can dive this Victor now. They are relentless with the pressure, although Armeo is on the way. If he's here to answer this, hell, it's a level 6 Renekton. Oh, Victor's dead.
Ayla as well, but Victor, yeah, it's too late already. It's just so easy with Renekton, Crumbs. I know it's one of your favorite duos, and this is why Jojo Pyun just finds the stun, Contracts finds the kill, and the thumbs up as they retreat. Oh, Ayla's found his way in. I'm not sure you wanted to make it happen. The Q from Jojo Pyun is very nice, but now Armeo's trying to juggle the damage. The stun lands in, though. Nidalee going to get another kill. Contracts is taking over.
TL keeps taking fights against EG on the strongest side of the map. They need to stop taking these fights so much. EG happy to continue to play off of Jojo Pyun and Contracts. And Nidalee is now 500 gold bounty on top of it. She is so freaking fed. Now, the way he's been playing, just flashing aggressively, landing every spear except the ones that the Wolf so heroically jumped in front of to save Armeo's life. It's just phenomenal to see how the Nidalee has still remained in Contracts champion pool, and despite nobody else playing it, it's still drawing bans, and we're now starting to see why.
2,500 gold ahead for EG in general. Contracts up about, I think it was 13 or 1,500 gold up against Armeo. So strong on this Nidalee right now. 6 stacks on the Dark Seal. Hextech alternator finish. Going to be closing in on the Mythic very quickly in this game.
She's going to go with full damage now. There is a danger in Nidalee's getting too far ahead and not enough gold going to the rest of the team. So by now, I think Contracts can start to share the love, start giving kills over to the team. It's just so difficult when you do so much damage and you actually have an execute on your own abilities.
Jojo Pyun in there. But just trading onto Harry. Luckily for him, this time there's no Nidalee. Harry would have been very dead if Nidalee was in that brush set. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie.
Dash is up.
Oh, the wave's pushing the wrong way too. This is so... It's so hard as a mid laner because you want to go farm, but you know, if they're there, you're dead. Never mind, you're dead.
Oh, poor Harry. Look at the timer. Right now, flashes back up for Harry. Just the second where that gank happened, it wasn't available. So Jojo Pyun taking full advantage of that timing to go for another kill, and now it's going to translate over into a Rift Herald. If they can just get more gold instead of these dragons, they can accelerate the game, and that's exactly what they need in this early game. The dragons don't mean nearly as much as getting gold into the bucket of these picks and continue to just bully TL around the map, killing them time and time again, stopping their opportunities to farm, and making sure they never take off.
All right, well, Dragon is nice for TL, especially because the game is going to have to go a little late for them to play catch-up for the early game that EG have begun. So starting the potential snowball of the Dragon Soul is always good. Topside's been kind of fun here. Lots of back and forth between the two carries, but mostly even here. Tony top a touch behind in CS, but pretty close between the two. It's really not been about the top lane, unfortunately. It could have been, right? But the jungle just got out of hand so quickly. In fact, Contracts is near the top side, so I instantly fear for Tony Top's life. For Dokla's life, excuse me. And there's the spear. Contracts going in. Not going to follow, though. Does get the flash at least.
Oh, without that flash, they could try to dive him, although Tony just burned his own flash, and the whole red side jungle is now available. And with Harry still with a pushed minion wave, Jojo can still go after him. Oh, he's so worried here.
The minions again. They've saved Victor. That melee creep right there with no help, that's the hero for Team Liquid right there. But Contracts is still just going to, take all these camps away, get to that mythic in, some record speed. Sadly, we don't track that one for the Samsung SSD Fast 5, but Contracts definitely speeding through this game. Even has the Herald that he took. I don't even remember what he took the Herald. Has the Herald.
Yeah, after killing the endless barrage of Team Liquid members, and it doesn't even matter if the wave, especially, right? Well, I think he's just so fast right now. But a 3v3, 3-on-4 actually.
Yeah, but okay. EGA gonna respect it. Contracts actually holding on to his position, doesn't want to reveal. Gonna go back instead, taking that empowered recall. Fakes me out, does cancel, but no one from TL is gonna walk too far forward. So Contracts gonna walk in and Herald mid lane.
The more they can push Renekton ahead, the better it's going to be for this composition. Mystiques is going on the backside. They're counting on Team Liquid to have reset after going for that mid play. And in fact, they have. It's going to be a mid-tier 1 with nobody on Team Liquid ready to answer it. So now Jojo Pyong will be free to roam across the map, and Victor is going to be pushed so deep into his own side of the map that he just won't be able to assist without having to teleport into the fight. So Jojo and Nidalee can now start grouping up and bring the death they brought to mid lane to the side lanes.
Really nice there for EG. Love the little play there to get the mid tower. Again, very challenging against control mages and oftentimes, but just so ahead so early. But they can make it happen. And look, who's got the first mythic of the game? Why, that would be Contracts of Evil Geniuses Academy. Already, the Night Harvester is done.
And I think this one's even more accelerated than the one we saw from Darshan earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got boots and the Dark Seal.
Yeah, 8 stacks, I think, on the seal as well. Yeah, I think 8 now. They're probably going to be on Majais if he gets to 10. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's the kind of game where you just have to do it. Just so far ahead. Next Herald's going to be yours, probably. Dokla's in trouble if he eats a spear. I mean, you have no setup here, but you don't need setup if you hit every skill shot! Contracts makes him walk back into it, and Tony Top will collect the reward.
Yes, it almost looked like he made him walk back into it. How does he land these? How does he keep connecting these spears at such range? Team Liquid just is not expecting it, but it's just him. It really is just Contracts, because every time he's picked this champion, the skill shot accuracy is phenomenal.
Alright, well, bottom lane's fine. They got that kill early on in the 2v2, but a little bit behind in CS. Will still be okay. I think given where you are, Jojo Poon's having a great time. Thumbs upping the enemy mid laner. Armeo is not safe. Finally, a spear misses. Team Liquid maybe feeling like that's the turning point here, but they, again, still so far behind in gold. This Contract's going to take over the jungle. And the problem, right, isn't just that, Nidalee can kill anyone. It's like, you lose control of your jungle, you can't take any objectives, you don't have any vision, right? So, the individual lead eventually grows into a map lead. Jojo Poon staying active, Contracts is constantly invading, trying to get information about what's happening. And now even is starting to branch out and gank, other lanes as well. I mean, the least gankable lane on EG's map just got ganked, right? Top lane looked kind of impossible to gank, and still Contracts found a way to do it.
It's him transferring his lead really well, and now with the Renekton, they're still following, but now Mystiques has joined the party. Contracts face checking.
That's a good catch. Instant flash out of there. Now going to get chased on. Team Luke here, but the exhaust is down. Contracts is going to die. The gold goes to Ezreal. That's very nice for EG, but Team Luke Gonna take out Armeo, gonna start shooting away. Gets himself a triple kill. Samira, baby, what a champion. As Tony tops TP down, Zokla's gonna be the next target. Odalus is gonna go ahead to the wall, and that's gonna be Team Luke following up for the Quadra. It is indeed the unofficial Quadra as EG complete the ace at 14 minutes.
That's exactly what you want to get out of Nidalee going down. The rest of the team is already there to capitalize and kill everybody for it. It was Team Liquid committing absolutely everything they had to try to take down Contracts. They have vision of him, but with a really quick flash, he dodges out of 2 critical ultimates. And then Team Liquid is entirely out of position with the rest of the team collapsing. Tony Top buying a lot of time in the top side with his ultimate, with his shroud, and then the rest of the team can easily collapse afterwards. That's exactly what you want to see. Commit everybody for the Nidalee, great, but it'll come at a cost out of a clean ace.
So funny, like Samira ulti is just like a wrecking ball. It reminds me of like the blades on like a blender, right?
Yeah, yes.
Spinning around, turning everything into puree. You know, that triple kill, Team League just put everyone in the Vitamix and spun them around. And TL just didn't stand a chance. They're 7,000 gold down. This is like the same lead we just saw in the last game, Crumbs. But TSM Academy were playing CLG Academy. This is a different game, I promise you. These are different teams. This is not FlyQuest Academy versus Golden Guardians Academy.
I mean,
that's
you know,
the other stream.
The scary thing about that is that TL just demolished CLG yesterday, but it was TSM who actually were able to split 1-1 against EG. So the way that these teams are interacting between each other is just incomprehensible. It's 1-1 across the board. Any team seems to be able to beat each other when they can hit their game, when they're playing how they want. Japan is committing for a turret here.
Contracts is at it again. Armeo, oh my goodness! His health bar got deleted. Contract still alive, throwing Q's. Young gets caught. Contract gets in there, goes golden. And now going to continue to play. Leaps himself out of there. Gets stunned, but it's not enough just yet. Contract still not dead. Dancing around, heals himself. Gets the double kill, going to look for the triple, but EG are going to get it all. Contracts can just do no wrong today.
That is ridiculous. Not a single member went down. They just outplayed themselves out of that situation. TL thought they had caught them. But guess what? Contracts already had the stopwatch. He's already so strong. He's able to get in and get out quickly. So much damage against Armeo. That is a point-blank spear, mind you. That wasn't even full range. Otherwise, he would have one-shot them. And then the Nautilus goes in. They just 3v4'd, didn't lose a single member, and were playing on a razor's edge with their health.
It's so nice to watch Clean Nidalee mechanic. She's such a smooth-looking champion. Moving between transformations, like utilizing your different abilities, you have like a million auto attack resets. And now for Contracts, he's got 8 kills, 5 assists, 1 death as a blemish on this game, 10 stacks from the Dark Seal, which is, I'm sure, is becoming a Magi soon. Oh my god, goodbye. You're alive? How are you alive? I didn't know you were allowed to live after that. You're not. Contracts gets the kill. Zonya's still there. Goes golden. Now probably going to die, but it was worth it. Oh my god, he's still not dead. The heal actually keep you alive for a little while longer. Tony Top going to try and turn it back around, but it's a 2v3 right now. Nautilus going to rejoin the party, and EG will lose their jungler once again. And fortunately, Scrum's 4 stacks fall away.
Yeah, alright. Contracts is feeling like he's in a bot game now, feeling like he can just keep going forward. They bite back, alright? They will kill you if you overstep, and that's what he just did. He got punished big time, had a bounty. Don't want to be giving up that gold that easily. Nidalee can't fall off quickly, and despite the gigantic gold lead, and that gold has gone over to other teams, Team Liquid does have some scaling. Right? This is not going to be an easy team to topple over, despite how well this early game has been played out of EG. So a dominating early game, but got to clean up some of these minor errors that EG is going after, because Team Liquid, not the team to quickly roll over and die, especially against someone that is going to be one of these top playoff teams in EG.
Yeah, we'll see if they can fend off the next assault out of EG. We've got 2 items now finished for Team Luke, as he's got the Collector finished. Our Contracts, we know, is just like speed running items, so we don't have to worry about him, but he does have 2, in case you were wondering. Also, there's the Rift Herald. They've already taken 3 outer towers, so plenty of room for EG on this map can maybe look to take a tier 2 if they want, but so many different threats. The Dragons are split, which is good news for TL. They're not going to lose the game quickly that way, but they may lose the game quickly in other ways. So going to have to put up some pretty good defense here. But as you mentioned, you have some scaling at their disposal. I think we are looking for Victor here to find some items and make the wave clear a little bit better. that looks so spooky on that Yeon side, but he does live.
That did not look like a spear. It's more like a torpedo just coming straight at Yeon's way there, because those things would just blow him up on contact. There's still that Herald, just gets popped into the bot lane. I like popping it down here. Just blowing up this bottom side will make it so much easier for EG to dominate the blue side jungle for the next dragon. That's what they want to control. Going after Jojo, but he's going to be totally fine. Still has his dash and just needs to use the stride breaker to cover a small distance to escape.
A little help on the upcoming Baron potentially as well. Not the best Baron team on EG. Not the worst though. Maybe Renekton can help tank with some Nidalee heals. So definitely can threaten it. Again, given the gold lead, they can threaten basically anything. They're going to take this dragon for themselves though, as Contracts adds another achievement to his Nidalee for this game.
More death for the enemy, more objectives. He could go through another playthrough in this one life and just make sure that he can run back and collect every single thing that he would have possibly missed. But this Nidalee, I'm just continuing to ponder over what TL is going to be doing about it for this next game, whether it's a win or loss. It was just ridiculous how EG destroyed the early game with it. And that's something you just can't allow to happen.
I mean, it's getting banned, right? Like, I think if nothing else, like, yes, you shouldn't be result-oriented. Actually, hold that thought. Jojo starting things off in the mid lane. I may have the target. Yeon's already getting chased down. But Yeon can't really go anywhere. Team Luke going to make it happen himself, I think. Jojo already on a killing spree. Team Luke takes out Yeon. And now EG are diving through mid lane. Harry there with the Everfrost does block a couple up. The hook goes just short of Ayla on the left side, but Contracts alongside Jojo and Team Luke will blow up for Jokla, and that's 3 kills for EG, excuse me. Team Liquid do lose a couple.
All right, this one feels pretty over. EG is just so ridiculously strong now. They can dive, they can do no wrong. Team Luke having so much gold means that it doesn't even matter what Contracts is doing. The rest of the team can win, and with the red buff, he just does so much damage to Yeon, looking for the 1v1, and he knows he's trapped. Behind the Renekton, he's trying to shift over, even exhausting the Samira, and the Equalizer gets dropped on top of him to help, but it's just not enough, and the Ezreal, no longer available here, puts the rest of the team in a disadvantageous situation as EG get to collapse the Samira, and everyone else, who's even more fed than she is, just gets to dive TL and make them retreat to their base turrets.
Well, unsurprisingly, EG did get the Baron after that play, as you did see in the picture. So, well clear of 10,000 gold in this game. They're 13,000 gold ahead for their first Baron. That's pretty good, if you're wondering. So definitely a very, very tough game for Team Liquid, right? We are talking minuscule percentage points at this place, but we'll see how the finish for EG Academy looks. They are going to want to finish this one nice and cleanly.
I think it looked good. They are so capable of tower diving right now. All you need to do is have a Nautilus ultimate onto one of these squishy targets, and Nidalee spears do half their health.
Which ones aren't the squishy targets?
Only Leona.
All right, we'll see about that. I don't know if Leona's all that tanky. Jojo solo diving Jokla, by the way, and Team Luke just swoops in to steal the kill, which is excellent AD carry play. Contracts is throwing spears. Everyone should be afraid for their life, especially Leona with no W up. The Contract's just going to keep chucking him. And if Yeon eats one, he's going to die. Contracts knows too. He's like, I'm going to kill you if you walk too far forward. And they're diving the non-squishy one, Crumbs. Mayo is squishy, though. He gets crushed as Team Luke. We're going to try and dive in. Oh, Contracts! The spear, he did it. He basically one-shot Yeon. One combos him at least. And that spear did like 60% of the health bar, and EG going in for the kill. And Jojo is having a great time. His emote game's on point. His stride breaks too for a very stylish finish as EG, in our fastest game of this stream, I believe, are going to take down TL on the first encounter.
All right. I don't want to see the Contracts Nidalee banned because I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. The accuracy, the aggressiveness, everything about it was just beautiful to see. So if TL is okay playing into it, maybe gives us a different strat, all for it. But EG clearly have one kind of strategy that falls back on their jungler's comfort pick, and it is dangerous. If Team Liquid, one of the most dominating teams here in the Academy, struggles with it, I cannot see other teams dealing with it much better.
Right, and I don't want to undersell Contracts because he played amazing this game, but definitely credit to Jojo Pin, right, setting him up. Like, Renekton Nidalee is a known combination for a reason, and they played out really, really well this game. Jojo Pin basically had all the gank timing set up, all the stun setups for the spears, was there for the roams when he needed him. Like, all the early game was Contracts in his team helping him get to that point, and then as soon as he got those first few kills, he took over the game. And it didn't really matter that Team Luke was playing pretty well in the Simura, and I think even got the first kill of the game. It didn't really matter that Tony Top was going even on Zerkle and having a perfectly good Gwen game. It just mattered that somehow we're like less than 10 minutes in, and there's a 6-kill Nidalee in the game. And turns out, Contracts is still good enough that he can definitely win those games.
And you're giving credit to Jojo Pure, and I think that's what most teams have done in the past. They've been banning out the Renekton instead. They don't feel like the Nidalee is a good enough ban because the pick is just so unique to Evil Geniuses at the moment. So by banning Renekton, they feel like, well, without it, he's just not going to play it. But that hasn't been the case. That really hasn't been the case. There's still the Set, there's still the Gnar, there's other melee champions that you can play around, maybe even the Viego. And so he's just asking for some respect. He's just asking for you to say, all right, Nidalee's not meta, but you make it meta. We're going to ban it.
And this is not an unusual thing for Contracts either. I think if you haven't been paying as much attention to Academy over the last year or two, Contracts is a player that has been very impressive for a lot of people. He is maybe a little inconsistent, although I think that is changing. I think as he, reacclimatizes to pro play and competes more and, aims once again to make it back to the LCS, he is a player that is cleaning up maybe some of the things that plagued him earlier on in his career when he was a lot younger, right? When he was a rookie. But this game, if nothing else, if you're wondering if Contracts is still good, watch this game. The answer is a resounding yes. As we'll see if Team Liquid have anything to change after this, because Contracts and the rest of ELG's Academy made Game 1 look very easy. So join us for Game number 2 in just a few short moments.